This episode of Orbit, Science for Kids on the Move, is produced thanks to the amazing team at PBS Nature as part of a bilingual podcast series for National Hispanic Heritage Month. Thanks, PBS Nature. What up, Orbiters? We have a slithery, slimy, scientific adventure for you today. We're jumping in our time machine and heading back 60 million years to an age where the Earth was a true land of giants. That's right, giant turtles, giant crocodiles, giant plants, and yes, of course, giant snakes. In fact, the most giantest snake to have ever lived, the infamous Titanoboa. And who better to join us on this journey than a scientist from the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute?
Hello, my name is Carlos Jaramillo, and I am a paleontologist. That is, someone who studies fossils to learn about life in the past.
Carlos knows all about this incredible animal, and you sent us some pretty cool questions too.
What was that Titanoboa?
Why is the Titanoboa so big and fat? Did it eat a cow or an elephant or something?
Did the Titanoboa live with the dinosaurs?
And what was the Earth like when Titanoboa lived?
We don't need a magnifying glass to discover this prehistoric monster. Grab your curiosity and your imagination and let's go! Hey, Milam, can you give us a countdown from 5?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
0, action, record. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Rob. I'm here with Milam Howard, joining us from Houston, Texas. Milam, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you. Hey, Milam, this is our first episode together. We've talked in the past on podcasts, but this is going to be the first one we publish. Let's start off with what's going on in your life today, Milam?
Tomorrow's my first day of school.
Oh, wow. What grade are you going into, Milam?
2nd grade.
Are you feeling excited, anxious, nervous?
Sad.
You're sad? What are you sad about?
Summer being over.
Yeah? Well, summer is a really fun time. Do you have a good time with your brothers and with your parents
Yes.
this summer? Yeah? What did you do?
I went on a fishing trip in Florida.
Wow. You went on a fishing trip. Tell us about your fishing trip.
So we were gonna go to the ocean, but then the currents got way too strong, so we just had to fish in the bay. And I caught 2 bluefish and almost caught a Spanish mackerel. It bit me, it was attacking me for 14 times. But I didn't get to catch it because it was so strong, and then we left that area.
Oh, wow. It was attacking you personally, or it was attacking the
It attacked
fish?
my dad once, but it attacked me a lot.
Ouch!
Like it was trying to eat the bait on your line.
They did a lot.
What kind of a boat were you on? What was the boat like?
I don't know what it's called, but so I don't know.
What was it? Was it a big boat or a small boat?
Small boat.
Did you have to row, or did it have an engine and a motor?
It had an engine.
It had an engine? Did it go fast or slow?
Kind of fast.
Yeah? Did you name the boat?
No.
Do you want to name the boat? We could probably name the boat right now.
No.
Okay,
Actually, yes. Yes.
What would you name the boat?
Lucy.
Lucy. So you were on Lucy the boat, almost catching a Spanish mackerel and 2 bluefish.
And I also caught 1 catfish.
Wow. How big? Are we talking about a fish the size of your pinky finger? The fish the size of your hand? The size of your...
Probably, both of them are probably this big.
I don't think our listeners can know what this big is. Describe it with your words.
It's probably about the size of my arm.
The size of your arm, maybe from your elbow to your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big fish. Was that your first time fishing in the bay like that?
My first time fishing in a bay, but I've fished in bigger areas.
Yeah? You're like a professional fisherman.
Yeah, I'm really good at fishing. Me and my dad. And also, Dad got a new DJ set. So now I learned how to do it. So now me and Dad are both really, really good.
We have a DJ fisherman here and a podcast host. You've got all sorts of hobbies going on. So we're going to talk about the Titanoboa, but first we're gonna try to set the scene. Milam, you're gonna invite us into your imagination. Is that okay?
My imagination. Okay, that's
your imagination.
That should go.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend that we're going on a journey, and Milam is gonna help us visualize that journey. So everybody, if you're listening, you can close your eyes if you want to, or you can look at the ceiling or at the floor, and just imagine that we're on this journey with Milam, and we're looking for the Titanoboa. Milam, where are we?
In the rainforest.
We're in a rainforest, and who are we with?
We're by ourselves.
Just you and me and our listening friends?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So it's a small group. We're in a rainforest. What kind of clothes are we wearing?
Pajamas with hiking boots.
Wow.
But the hiking boots are too big.
Okay. So everybody imagine your favorite pajamas. My favorite pajamas, they have little aliens on them. I also have some pajamas with dinosaurs on them. Milam, what do your pajamas look like?
I have some Pokemon ones. I have all kinds of ones. But remember, we have pajamas on, so that means we're sleeping.
Oh,
it's midnight.
It's midnight. Okay, so it's the middle of the night in the rainforest with Milam, me, and our listeners.
And the weather is it's raining.
And it's raining. Wow,
It's raining.
It's raining. Is it a thunderstorm?
No, it's just raining.
Just raining, and we're in a tent.
Actually, yeah, it's a thunderstorm. It's a thunderstorm.
Okay. Now it just started thundering. It wasn't thundering, and now it is thundering. What kinds of things can we hear around us?
We're asleep, so we can't hear them.
But we just okay. What if I just woke up? I'm in our tent. We're in our tent, and I just woke up. What kind of things do I hear?
Monkeys with wings.
Monkeys with wings.
That are savage killers. They fight to the death.
These are very scary monkeys that we're surrounded by. I bet we can also hear. Can we hear thunder?
No, only the breath of crocodiles.
Okay. So we hear savage monkeys, the breath of crocodiles. Are there any insects? Can we hear like crickets?
No.
What about frogs?
Only the giant centipede that's 8 feet.
Wow, and an 8-foot centipede.
That's a real dinosaur.
Yeah. But dinosaurs are reptiles, so I think this one would be a prehistoric insect.
Yes.
Okay. Something is moving. It looks like a huge snake.
I think it's a Titanoboa.
You think it's a Titanoboa? What color is it?
Red, black, gold.
Red, black, and gold. Is it polka dots or is it stripes?
It's patterns.
It's patterns. And what is the Titanoboa doing?
Sneaking up on us.
Oh, this is quite scary. In the dark, we've got a large red, black, and gold Titanoboa sneaking up on us. And do we get closer to it or do we run away?
We get closer.
You are braver than I am, Milam. And what happens next?
We get eaten.
Oh! Oh, no.
That's what this says.
Yeah?
That's what my cheat sheet says.
That is what your cheat sheet says. I think you decided to have us get eaten. It's a great story with a sad ending. Everybody, welcome to Milam's imagination, where there are haunted monkeys and giant centipedes, and we're all wearing pajamas when we get eaten. Okay, we're going to do, Milam, are you ready to learn about the Titanoboa?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Today's episode is going to feature Dr. Carlos from the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute. Milam, why don't you say hi to Dr. Carlos?
Hi, Dr. Carlos. Welcome to the podcast. What do you do for work?
Hello, my name is Carlos Jaramillo, and I am a paleontologist. That is, someone who studies fossils to learn about life in the past. I work at the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute in Panama City, Panama, country in Central America.
Whoa, Panama. That sounds cool.
Look at a map and see where it is, a small strip of land separating the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans.
That's right. Panama is a country that connects North America, where we find the United States, Mexico, and Canada, with South America and countries like Colombia, Brazil, Venezuela, and Argentina. Well, I am very excited to learn about the Titanoboa with Dr. Carlos. Hey, Milam, are you ready to get started?
Definitely yes.
Definitely yes. Let's do this. Hey there, adults. Does your little one want to submit questions for future episodes of Orbit? Visit www.cumbrekids.org/questions and fill out the short form. We'll add you to our WhatsApp to submit your kids' questions. You can also submit questions for our Spanish language podcasts, Cranio and Camaleon. That website again is www.cumbrekids.org/questions. Or you can visit the link in the show notes. Okay, let's get back to Dr. Carlos. Okay, Dr. Carlos, you are now in the hot seat. Let's get started with maybe the most important question of them all.
Hi, my name is Damika. I live in Venezuela. I am 8 years old, and my question is, what was the Titanoboa?
Hello, my name is Javier Matias Paella Caro. I'm 6 years old. I'm from Tunja, Colombia, and the question is, what was the Titanoboa?
Hello, my name is Sigrid Mostajo. I am 9 years old. I live in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. And my question is, what was the Titanoboa? Thank you. Bye.
Titanoboa was a giant snake, the biggest one that has ever lived. It was about 40 feet long. Can you imagine that? That's about the same as 30 big steps. Next time you have a space, try walking 3 steps and you will see how long.
Holy jamoles, 30 steps? Families, this is a great chance to pause the episode and go outside to take 30 steps together to see just how long a Titanoboa was. Kids, just make sure you're with an adult you trust. You can pause now and resume whenever you're ready.
Titanoboa could grow up to 55 feet long, but most were about 45. That's even longer than a city bus, and it was actually longer than a T-Rex.
Hey, Dr. Carlos, next question.
Hello, my name is Jaden. I am 10 years old. I am from Bituima, Cundinamarca. How big was the Titanoboa at what much did it weigh?
That is such a great question, Jaden. Dr. Carlos, are we talking about a super long, skinny snake or like a big fat giant snake?
It wasn't just long, it was wide too. Its body was about 3 feet thick, and that's when it hadn't eaten anything. If it had just eaten, say, a turtle, its body could grow wider, up to 7 feet. Titanoboa weighed around 1,000 kilos. That's around the weight of 100 bicycles.
Whoa. I really like bicycles. But a snake that weighs as much as 100 bicycles? Hey, Dr. Carlos, if I were alive back then, would I have seen a bunch of Titanoboas just like slithering around everywhere?
It would have been hard to see in the wild because it spent most of its time in muddy lakes and swamps. Its body was probably covered in algae and had dull, muddy colors to help it hide.
Got it. So we're talking about a giant, super long snake that weighs as much as 100 bicycles and spends most of its time hiding in swamps to sneak up on its prey. This is very different from the little grass snake I saw in the park the other day. Next question. This one from Wells.
My name is Wells from Houston, Texas. I'm 5 years old. And how do you know that the
the Titanoboa existed if we never seen it?
Hey, I hadn't thought of that. It's a great point, Wells. I'm pretty glad that I don't see a lot of 40-foot, 100 bicycle weighing snakes around. Dr. Carlos, how do scientists even know that the Titanoboa existed?
That was a wonderful question. We have never found a complete Titanoboa, but we have found lots of its bones. And here is a surprise. We didn't find just one Titanoboa, but hundreds of them. Titanoboa was one of the most common animals back then.
Dr. Carlos says that we found their bones. He really means we found their fossils, just like dinosaur fossils. Hey kids, do you know the difference between a fossil and a bone, or how fossils are made? When a Titanoboa died a long, long time ago, its body was covered up quickly by mud. Over millions of years, more and more mud piled on top, and the mud eventually turned into rock. The bones stayed trapped inside the mud. Then, water carrying tiny minerals, like little bits of rock dust, got into the bones. The minerals and the water slowly took the place of the bone material, turning bones into stone bones. That's what we call a fossil, bones that have turned into rock. This process is called fossilization. Can you say fossilization with me? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Fossilization. Way to go! Okay, let's get back to Dr. Carlos.
When they died, its muscles will rot away, leaving only the bones behind. And Titanoboa had a lot of bones, more than 300 vertebrae. Those are the bones in the snake backbone, ribs, and skull bones. Most of the time, we find just 1 or 2 vertebrae bones by themselves, but sometimes we find up to 15 bones chained together. We found Titanoboa for the first time in a coal mine called Cerrejón in Colombia. This is the biggest coal mine in the world and a great place for paleontologists because many rocks that would have been deep underground has been dug up into the surface, so it's easier to find fossils.
I, for one, think this is super cool. Colombia is a country in South America, right next to the country of Panama, where Dr. Carlos is. In Colombia, people were digging for a rock called coal, which human beings use to create heat and electricity. Coal is found in the ground, and people have to dig it up using big machines like bulldozers. But while people are digging, sometimes they find interesting things, like fossils of 40-foot-long, 100 big snakes.
On our first trip to Cerrejón, we found many fossils of big animals, mostly crocodiles and turtles. We also found some very big vertebra bones that didn't look like crocodiles. We packed them up with a big question mark on the label. Later, in the lab, a student who loved snakes was unpacking the fossils. When he saw one of the strange vertebra bones, he jumped up and shouted, "This is a boa!" We quickly broke a skeleton of a mother boa snake and saw that the bone was identical, only much bigger. It was a real giant. With that bone in mind, we looked through everything we collected and found many more bones. The next year, we went back to Cerrejón and found hundreds more. Titanoboa turned out to be one of the most common animals at that time.
That is one of the coolest science stories I have ever heard. A young scientist, who was still a student, was fascinated by snakes, and his interest in snakes helped him solve a mystery about fossils that more experienced scientists hadn't even noticed. I wonder if he was the first person to realize that the scientist had discovered a snake the size of 100 bicycles. Okay, I don't know about you, but I think I'm about ready for a stretch and a mystery sound. We'll play a sound, and you have to guess what it is. We'll play the sound 3 times, and while it's playing, you can stretch your arms and back and legs. Here it goes. Think you know what it is? one more time. Get your guesses in. Okay, stick around to the end to see if you are right.
Hello, my name is Lucy. I live in Chile and I'm 9 years old. And my question is, did the Titanoboa live with the dinosaurs? If so, who was the prey?
Great question, Susie. So far, we haven't found Titanoboa living at the same time as the dinosaurs. We found it lived right after the dinosaurs went extinct, after a giant meteorite hit Mexico and caused the dinosaurs to disappear. If you go to the Smithsonian Channel on YouTube, you can find a video of a battle between Titanoboa and T-Rex. But remember, we don't know for sure if they live at the same time. Still, the video shows how we imagine a fight between the two of them. And of course, Titanoboa won.
Gotcha. So huge meteor hits Earth, which was bad news for the dinosaurs, but maybe good news for the Titanoboa, because sometime after the dinosaurs disappeared, the Titanoboa evolved.
Hello, my name is Cesar. I am 5 years old. I live in Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. My question is, which animals and plants live with Titanoboa? Goodbye, thank you.
Titanoboa lived about 60 million years ago in Colombia, in a warm tropical climate. This is a very special time because it was when the tropical rainforest we know today first started to grow. That means Titanoboa lived during the birth of the rainforest. The climate was hotter back then, about 5 degrees warmer than today. Not only that, but the amount of carbon dioxide, that is called CO2, was higher too. Even though it was hotter, the forest was full of tall trees and lots of big animals. Not just Titanoboa, but also many kinds of giant turtles and crocodiles. Some crocodiles didn't even live in the water. They walk on land through the forest. In the water, there were fishes with lungs that were several meters long. It was truly a land of giants.
Land of giants? I want to hear more. And so does our next listener. You might recognize his voice.
My name is Milam, and I am 7 years old, and I live in Houston, Texas. Here's my question. What was the Earth like when Titanoboa lived?
Today, the Cerrejón mine is in a very hot and dry part of Colombia, almost a desert. But 60 million years ago, it looked completely different. Imagine a rainforest, kind of like the Amazon today, with super tall trees. The trees were flowering plants, it rained a lot, and the weather was even hotter than nowadays. It was a forest that grew really fast and was full of life. In fact, the coal that we found there today come from the plants that grew in that ancient forest.
Hi, my name is Kenji. I'm 5 years old. I live in the United States of America. And my question is, why is the Titanoboa so big and fat? Did it eat a cow or an elephant or something?
That is an awesome question, Kenji. Hey, Dr. Carlos, do you know why the Titanoboa evolved to be so big?
Fantastic question, Kenji. Reptiles like snakes, crocodiles, and turtles are different from us. They cannot control their body temperature like we do. They get cold when it's cold outside and hot when it's hot outside. Today, the longest snakes live in the hottest places. That's why we think Titanoboa was so long, because the earth was much warmer back then. Titanoboa's favorite food was turtles. In Cerrejón, we have found hundreds of fossil turtles, and many were huge, over 10 feet long. Some of the turtle shells have bite marks from Titanoboa. In one shell, we even found one of the Titanoboa's teeth is still stuck in the shell.
Okay, I hear ya. But wait a second. If the Titanoboa was so big, why in the world did it go extinct? Was there something even bigger and scarier that ate all of the Titanoboas?
Why did it go extinct? That's still a mystery. But remember, all species eventually go extinct. Just like animals don't live forever, species don't either. Some disappear and new ones appear. That's part of the process we call evolution. We don't think that the snake as large as Titanoboa still exists today. But if one day you see one, you have to tell me.
Okay, Milam. Well, I am ready for a little bit of a pause to move around and wiggle. Are you ready to move around a little bit?
Definitely.
Definitely. Okay, what we're going to do is first you're going to help us choose a body part. What body part are you going to choose?
Legs.
The legs. And what shape should we make?
Diamond.
A diamond. We're going to make a diamond. And how should we make that shape?
Slow.
Slow. Okay, so everybody, the instructions from home, we're going to take a brief pause here, is to take your leg and make the shape of a diamond. I'm going to do it with my knee. What part of your leg are you going to do it with, Milam?
I'm just going to put both of my legs together.
Oh, you're putting your legs together.
Putting my feet together, and then it looks like a diamond.
And then it looks like a diamond. So what I'm doing is I'm tracing a diamond in the air. And what Milam is doing is making a diamond shape with his legs. So listeners, if you're in a classroom or if you're with your family in your car or you're at home, take a break, move around, make a diamond in your leg, be creative with it. And while we're making diamonds with our legs, let's recap some of what we've learned. The Titanoboa was the biggest snake that ever lived, longer than a bus and as heavy as 100 bicycles. It slithered through hot, swampy rainforest about 60 million years ago, right after the dinosaurs disappeared. Scientists discovered its fossils in Colombia, a country in South America. It's a reptile, so it needs the environment to help control its internal temperature. The Earth was a lot hotter back then, so scientists think that's what helped it grow so big. Dr. Carlos, you seem like you have a super cool job. What kinds of scientists get to study creatures like the Titanoboa and discover fossils and understand what the Earth was like a long, long time ago?
Scientists who study fossils are called paleontologists, but there are different kinds of paleontologists. Some study fossil leaves and tree trunks and are called paleobotanists. Others, like me, study tiny fossil pollen grains, and we are called palynologists. There are also paleontologists who study fossil bones, others who study footprints and tracks left by animals, and some who study the tiny molecules from ancient plants and animals. All of these help us understand what life was like in the past and how the weather and the land have changed over time.
A paleontologist. Paleontologist. That sounds super and mega cool. Hey, Dr. Carlos, I bet some of our orbiters want to be paleontologists when they grow up. How can they do that?
If you want to become a paleontologist, the most important things are to be curious, to look closely at nature, and to ask lots of questions. It also helps to read all kinds of books and to enjoy going outside to look for fossils. Later at university, you will need to learn about geology, the study of rocks and earth, and biology, the study of living things.
Got it. Look at nature, read lots of books, enjoy digging in the dirt, and get really good at geology and biology. Thanks so much, Dr. Carlos. You are a super cool guy for answering all of our questions today.
It was a great pleasure to be with you today, and I hope you keep finding fossils all your life.
Before we get back to Milam, do you remember the mystery sound? Here it is, one more time. Think you know? Last chance for your guess. If you said it's an airplane taking off, you were right. Way to go. Okay, let's catch up with Milam. Wow, now that was super cool. Hey, Mr. Milam, what did you think about Dr. Carlos and the Titanoboa?
I thought they were great.
I thought they were really great as well. I learned a ton. We're going to test you now, Mr. Milo. Are you ready for a test?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay, what we're going to do is true or false. So I'm going to give you 4 statements, and you have to tell us if they were true or false, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's get started. The first one, a paleontologist is a scientist who studies fossils to learn about life in the past.
True.
That's totally true. You're totally right. You know, when I was a boy, I wanted to be a paleontologist. Did you know that?
No.
That was like my dream job. Now I get to talk about dinosaurs and Titanoboas, though. Okay, true or false? Scientists have found many complete Titanoboas.
False.
False. Yeah, that is correct. It is false. Scientists have never found a complete Titanoboa, but they found lots of parts of Titanoboas. True or false? The Titanoboa could be longer than a school bus.
True.
What? That is so crazy. I'm imagining in my brain a school bus next to a Titanoboa, and it's very scary to think of a Titanoboa.
I know.
Okay, last one. True or false? The Titanoboa is a reptile, which means it cannot
True.
control its body temperature. You jumped.
True.
It's still true. True. Hey, what are some other reptiles? You know some other reptiles, Milam?
Snakes, crocodiles, turtles,
Those are great.
tortoises.
Tortoises, that's right. Lizards. Those are great ones. Okay, well,
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are reptiles. That's totally true. All right, Mr. Milo, well, we have arrived at the end of our episode. Have any special messages for our listeners?
No.
No special messages. Someday we might have a special message, but you have to stay tuned. You want to say goodbye to our listening families?
Bye. Don't forget to brush your teeth.
Don't forget to brush your teeth. That's an important message. I'm going to go brush my teeth right now. All right. We'll see you later, everybody. Bye-bye. Orbit is a podcast produced by Coombray Kids. This episode was written by me, Robert Carpenter. The producer is Catherine Aguilar. Artwork for the episode by Moises Monsalve and Jorge Wake. And don't forget to check out our podcast in Spanish, Cráneo, Ciencia para Niños Curiosos, Camaleón, Animales para Niños Curiosos, and Buenas noches, Cráneo. We'll see you in the next episode of Orbit. Ciao!
The important thing is not to stop questioning Albert Einstein.
The end.